You are now tuned in to the 411 for your fantasy football with your host, Autumn Wind Williams.
What is going on, everybody? I am Autumn Wind Williams, and you're now watching the 411 for your fantasy football on YouTube. Don't forget to like, subscribe, dislike, comment below, hit the bell icon, do what you gotta do. Stay in tune with what's going on for this championship weekend on Draftkings, Yahoo, Fanduel, whatever you plan. I'm gonna provide you the guys that I'm putting in my main core lineup, and that's gonna be at the quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and DST defense position. And I'm just surprised that the NFL actually survived nearly the whole entire season. We got Super Bowl in 2 weeks. Let's see if they can do it on time. But somehow they pulled it off. I kind of knew they would. You know, the NFL is greedy. They're going to do what they got to do to make their money. But it was questionable, man, if they would just stop the season at least for 2 weeks. But they pulled it off. DFS was fun, whether we won on weeks or lost. Hopefully, we all learned something this season far as making our lineups, whether you doing main slate or showdown. I know next year I'm gonna probably play a lot more showdown and play for a lot more Millie Maker tickets. Um, I don't think I'm that great at cash games, to be honest with you, but I think I learned a lot about cash games because the way I was playing a lot of cash games at the beginning, when I first started DFS, I was playing it like I played tournaments, and that's not how you're supposed to play tournaments. You know, that's why, it's separate. Cash games you play a certain way, and tournaments you play a certain way. Some folks you might hear call it GPP. So that's the difference right there. Cash games and GPP, aka tournaments, and you're supposed to play it different, and then you do the actual GPPs. But yeah, I picked up some things that I needed to Improve in. I think I would be a whole lot better next year too, especially if this COVID-19 goes away, because that's what damaged a lot of my lineups was hamstrings and COVID-19. Besides that, I was picking some smart plays, doing a lot more research, um, being a little bit more contrarian here and there. But I just didn't hit any milli makers or anything like that. No takedown this year, but it was a learning lesson. I don't feel like I came out the pocket way too much or anything like that. So it's nothing to complain about. You just get stronger from here and there, and get back into it next year, and hopefully have some improvement, man. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give you my quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and defense. I have in my main slate. My core guys. I'm starting off with my quarterback right now. I have Aaron Rodgers in a majority of my lineups going against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who's ranked number 21 versus the quarterback position. But I kind of think I'm making a mistake here. Looking back at week 6 versus Tampa, the Bucs sacked Aaron Rodgers 5 times, caught 2 interceptions, and one was for a pick six, and they ended the game with 19 Draftkings points for the DST. That's hella good. That's why I might end up hedging against myself, and making some Tom Brady and Buccaneers lineups in a Millie Maker. Just hedge against what I'm actually thinking of doing with my lineups right now. Is going heavy with the Packers before that big jackpot, the Millie Maker. I think I might end up hedging against myself, playing Tom Brady, maybe an onslaught with the Bucks. I don't know. I have to think about that. But since the last time Aaron Rodgers faced the Buccaneers defense, he only had one game that he got less than 20 DraftKings points. And if you're questioning the weather because it's going to be 1 to 3 inches snow on Lambeau Field, there isn't going to be any high winds, and high winds is what plays a big factor in the game. And it seems like it doesn't even matter to Aaron Rodgers, if it's cold, snow, sleet, rain, call him the mailman. you know, rain, sleet, or snow, this man is going to deliver. Just looking at back what he told the Packer beat writer Ryan Wood after the game against the LA Rams last week. He said he's hoping that it's even colder this week. So this guy likes playing in the snow. He like making snow angels in the end zone. Damn near. All right, moving on to running back. I have Devin Singletary. I'm playing Devin Singletary because I think the Bills will try to establish the run early against the Chiefs to slow them down. There's no Zach Moss that's still on IR after getting a tightrope surgery. I doubt that the Bills will give TJ Yeldon more touches besides change of pace here and there. They're going to give Devin Singletary the rock unless it's going to be Josh Allen running. And I know guys is going to say that he didn't get that many touches. He only touched the ball 7 times as far as rushing. I think he got some receptions here and there, but he only touched the ball 7 times rushing. But look at how they were going against the Baltimore Ravens, who's ranked number 5 against the running back position, and this week facing the Chiefs. The Chiefs is ranked 25 in the league, so that's a big difference right there when it comes to the running game. So I'm looking at playing him. He's only 4,500 on Draftkings, 5,800 on Fanduel. And Singletary is the main guy in the running back position on this slate that don't really have anybody behind him that can take his timeshares away, unless Josh Allen does at near the goal line sneak touchdown in. But I'm gonna take my chances and lock in Devin Singletary in my main lineup. Moving on to wide receiver, you already know the rule. If you're playing Aaron Rodgers, 90% of the time you need to be stacking him with Devante Adams, right? Everybody, including myself, was chuckling back in November when he was talking about he was the best wide receiver in the NFL. I thought he was feeling himself way too much, but he does have the numbers to prove it when you look at recency. For the 2020 season, he's averaging 26.8 DraftKings points with 19 touchdowns for the season. Buccaneers secondary may have shut down Michael Thomas last week, but don't think that's going to happen this week, man. If you're not putting Devante Adams in your lineups, you're building your lineups drunk. I'm just going to say it. You're building your lineups drunk. Especially if you're playing Aaron Rodgers and you don't stack them with Devante Adams in the majority of those Aaron Rodgers lineups, you're building drunk. You're building your lineups drunk. So just clear all, build a new team from scratch. You're doing it wrong, man. All right, moving on to tight end position. I know all around the DFS community, I'm hearing a lot of talk about folks playing Cameron Brate on this championship slate. They think they're going to do a big contrarian move, right? But how is it really contrarian if a bunch of people is thinking the same idea? That's not contrarian then. That's when contrarian becomes chalk. And I get the idea about how Brady's being relied on more at the tight end position and Gronk has been blocking more. I get that. However, look at how we got the update yesterday. Antonio Brown is not going to be on tomorrow's slate. So I'm going to be playing Robert Gronkowski. Tom Brady targets Robert Gronkowski in the red zone. And speaking on touchdowns, Gronk has 7 touchdowns. Brady only has 2. And based on postseason alone, Brady and Gronk, while they was with the Patriots, there was a 1-2 punch. I know it's a new season, new team, they are older, but my point is Tom Brady, say if Tom Brady needs a touchdown, I want you to visualize this. Tom Brady needs a touchdown. They're behind in the fourth quarter. This touchdown will help them win the game. They're in the red zone. 3 seconds on the clock. Who is he going to throw the ball to? Robert Gronkowski before he throws it to Cameron Brate. right? If you disagree, please comment below and tell me your opinion. All right, last but not least, I got my defense. Buffalo Bills, DST. I'm playing them in my main lineup. It's a lock button. Due to the injuries the Chiefs are having. I know Chiefs fans want them to win. Bills Mafia want them to win. I mean, Chiefs can probably still win, but I think Bills is going to put up some defensive points. You know, they're injured at running back. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Le'Veon Bell, Sammy Watkins still banged up. We don't know if he's going to even come back this week. Patrick Mahomes, he passed the concussion protocol, yes, but he still got a turf toe from last week. Did you see him before the concussion? I was like, why is he walking like that? And he was toughing it out. He was still running and everything with the turf toe, but I knew something was going on. Man, it was all bad for him. And, it must be some improvements. They got him playing instead of Chad Henne tomorrow. But he's banged up, man. He's doing his best, but his best right now, you can't count on it, especially against the Bills defense. I just feel like it just make a whole lot of sense for me to stack the Bills defense with Devin Singletary, my running back. I know that the Chiefs want to throw the ball, but the Bills defense is ranked fourth in the NFL against the receiving unit. But what do I know? They are going against the 2019 Super Bowl winning quarterback that has the ability to put up 5 or 6 touchdowns in tomorrow game. And I can get negative fantasy points like the number one defense in the NFL. Los Angeles Rams screwed me over last week. Anything can happen any given Sunday, and it's been a crazy season as it is. So, expect the unexpected. Hedge against yourself, maybe. Do some weird stuff, because it's a weird season. It's a 2-game slate. It's going to be a lot of duplicate lineups. So if you want to be greedy and keep all that money to yourself, you have to be different. It's a different world. But yeah, like I said, click like, dislike, comment below, hit the bell icon, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video, do whatever you got to do. Win tomorrow. Hopefully you do. But besides that, man, stay safe, stay blessed. Holler at me on Twitter, Instagram, and now on Facebook at the 411 DFS. Deuces.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the 411 Podcast. Now get ready to make that money. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at the 411 DFS.